Hello everyone, I'm forecaster Jack Sillin here to tell you a little bit about some of the tools we have at WEATHER.US to help you stay ahead of severe weather. So today we have some severe weather in the Ohio Valley region, so I'm going to go over some of the tools that we have that will let you monitor the storms as they develop and form and stuff. So to start, satellite imagery, Go16 is a great tool. Now that storms are starting to get going, as I'm recording this video, we have 1-minute satellite imagery. So I just went to weather.us, then satellite imagery, satellite color. So here we have a map of the US. We are starting to get some severe thunderstorms developing in Indiana. So I'm going to click the map to zoom into Indiana. So here we have our standard 5-minute imagery, which is great. You can get a lot of information from that, but one of the great things about Go16 is that they have special 1-minute imagery. So we're going to go down. Today the mesoscale 2 sector is positioned over our severe weather threat, so we're going to load that in. And here we go. Now we can animate this, and we can make some really cool get some really cool visuals. You can see this tower, this thunderstorm tower, is shooting up and casting a shadow. You can see some of those shadows up here too. You can see every little bit of clearing down here to the south of the storm, so that clearing is very important in terms of getting more instability to develop. So you're going to be looking for clearing, you're looking for these storms. If you click the map, you can actually zoom into county level, which is great for looking at some of these storms in really high detail. So it's going to look a little bit grainy, but you can actually pick out some of the features that we were talking about just a minute ago. So here are your textured, bubbly thunderstorm cells that are developing in this area. You can put it into motion and see there you have your thunderstorm developing in the northern part of Richland County here in Indiana. So that's a quick overview of satellite imagery. Now, what do you want to know? What about if you want to know what the radar looks like? So all you have to do is just click this HD button, and that will give you access to our HD radar imagery. And sure enough, here we have a pretty large storm here in this part of Indiana. No clear signs of a hook echo, so if we had a storm with a hook, then we'd be watching for tornado potential. But this is very heavy rain. You can get a look at how fast the winds are blowing inside the storm by clicking this little button. So this tells you, from which direction roughly and how fast the winds are blowing. So winds that are green are blowing towards the radar site, and winds that are red are blowing away from the radar site. So you can see there's not a whole lot of rotation in the storm. Not super windy, but there'll be some good gusts in there with that. What do you want to know? How about if there's lightning? If you just press this icon up here on county level, here's a map of all the lightning strikes detected in the past 60 minutes. If you want to know more about any one of these strikes, you can click on them. You see this becomes a clickable thing, and now you have a street level map of where this strike hit within 100 yards or so. You have how strong it is, how much energy was in that strike, and approximately how strong it would feel if you were there. Date, time, street level map. So it's a really great tool. So these are some of the real-time things that you can use to stay ahead of severe weather with weather.us. We have the Go16 satellite imagery, both 5-minute and 1-minute when they do that. We have the radar imagery. We have the lightning analysis. You can also go to our models section to get high-resolution modeling. So in Indiana here, we're going to select the CONUS HD. And you can go to the simulated reflectivity, so that's the simulated radar, what it thinks the radar is going to be doing in the future, and you can move through time to see, here the storm's developing, remaining largely north of I-70 here through the early afternoon before they're going to start to move south and east. So you can use also these high-resolution models. Do note that these high-resolution models aren't perfect, so don't put too much stock in, say a thunderstorm that is forecast to be passing, a couple miles north, of these towns, or right along that road at exactly that time. These models can't do that. What these models do is give you kind of a general overview of, here we are, a line of storms developing in northern, parts of Indiana. and then they'll be kind of sagging to the south and east through time. So again, just another tool in your toolkit to help you stay ahead of some of these storms. Hope you enjoy this video. Hope you find these tools to be useful, and hopefully severe weather isn't too bad in your area. Thanks for watching.